What you're here to see is not necessarily the old stuff, but some of the new stuff. This is the 2021, we call it the PAKYAK. And guys, this thing is freaking awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to Electric Import Motors. I'm Caleb Nelson. Let me show you the shop. We're here at the Electric Import Motors headquarters, just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And guys, it's dope. We've got a lot of cars and a lot of things to be able to show you in stock. One of the first things that we do, or what we kind of got started in, is in car restoration. It's a passion of mine, and a lot of the two other owners that are involved with this absolutely love vintage cars. In fact, we created a vintage car t-shirt business called Resto Gear. Just check it out. Link will be in the description down below. But what you're here to see is not necessarily the old stuff, but some of the new stuff. This is the 2021, we call it the PAKYAK. And guys, this thing is freaking awesome. We've customized this one. We've got a stock version over here as far as what it looks like coming straight from the factory in China. I'm going to walk you around in this video. I'll show you the truck. I'll show you the features. I'll show you the crazy things that it's got, because it's got some pretty bonkers stuff on it. And I want you guys to love it as much as we do, because it is totally different than the Changli. The Changli is the original $900 vehicle from China. These things are not the Changlis. These things are totally different. They've got their own use, and they're killer, man. They're really cool. I'll walk you around those. First, I want to show you a couple of these things here. We also started to bring in electric scooters. These things are crazy cool. They're fast, they're silent, and they charge pretty quick. I'm a big believer that electric everything is going to be the future. You've got these old cars here. I'm a gearhead. I love old cars. I love anything that runs on gas. But the future really is going to be in the electrification of automobiles, scooters, bikes, go-karts, boats. It's going to be the new world. And so what these have really kind of represented is a variety of choices between e-bikes, which have pedals to them if you want to look a little bit closer on them. Some of these ones with pedals are classified as a standard e-bike. Class 2 is where most of them are classified as, which means you can take them on bike lanes and certain bike paths around specific cities. Check with your local state for certain guidance on that. But they're capped at about 20 miles per hour. The bigger ones are more like a traditional Vespa. You can see these blue ones right here. These things are pretty awesome. Hold two people really comfortably. They go about 30 miles an hour. They are dead silent when you drive them. You're driving them side by side between each other and having a full-blown conversation. Going 30 miles an hour it was pretty wild. Just normally you're used to hearing engine noise and shifting and smelling of kind of fuel. There is nothing when it comes to these. And then obviously you've got the original Changli back here, the new model Changli, and that one kind of has a story to it. You can see it's all bent and busted and whatnot. We'll do another video on how and what happened to that one a little bit later on, but it's pretty hilarious. The real attraction, what I want to show you guys, again, is the PAKYAK truck. These things are awesome. They come fully loaded, and the hilarious version of the Changli, and having it be cheap but fun and insane, kind of the original one with the word fashion on the side and all the graphics, and it's super gimmicky and Chinese in all the right ways. This is a little bit more serious than those are. These come like feature packed. This is our shop truck. We've modded this one out a little bit. You can see behind me, this is the more stock version. This is how they come as kind of the basic model. This is the PAKYAK. This is the PAKYAK Pro. And there are a number of features on it from an exterior standpoint. I'll walk you through, in the next video, I'll walk you through the interior portion of the car and the features that are it comes loaded with on that side, and it's pretty awesome. From the exterior side, I think the first thing that most people notice, and it's probably going to be hard to capture on film, is the paint. So in sunlight and in anytime where you see a reflection or anything like that, it has this glitter deep paint associated to it, almost like a bass boat. It's hilarious. And in the sun, this thing is brilliant. It's awesome. It shines like a diamond, and it's killer in that way, where you've got a lot of that deep metallic look to it. They didn't need to do that from a Chinese pickup truck, but the paint on all of them, we've ordered red, we've ordered blue, we've ordered white, we've ordered black, and they all have this kind of deep metallic bass boat look to them. On the front side, you've got like almost a Chevy Silverado style grille with the words Explorer on the front. I love it. I think it's hilarious in all the right ways. And the best part is that it lights up. Who doesn't want their exterior features on the naming of it to fully light up across the grille? And to be honest, it's like great quality. It's not bad at all. You've got upgraded headlights here that are in the front. These are not just your standard halogen headlights. You've got fog lights down here below too, which is hilarious. Got a full rack here on the front. A rack here up at the top with what we thought when we first saw these as just kind of standard spotlights. But guys, these are awesome LED, super bright, burn your retinas behind your skull spotlights that are on top of this truck. It's wicked cool. And if you stand in front of it the right way, it blinds you. At night, this thing shines. It brightens up, it's awesome. Moving along, kind of the back here of the truck, you got a rear rack as well. So this thing is kind of modded out in terms of racks. And they're all relatively stable. If you look at the original Changli car, you try to move that rack and it's pretty wonky. This, you could tell quality is a lot stronger. On the back side here, you've got these taillights, and it's almost got the front end of a Chevy Silverado and the back end of a Ford, like F-150. It's super bizarre, but it says pickup here in the back in case you didn't know what it was. So as far as a pickup truck. Little mini tailgate that comes down. Comes with a mat and everything else. Has a tire changing kit, the charger, a spare tire, and a few other things that come with it from the car. One of the coolest things about the truck that we love and that gets the most attention is it's got a dump bed. It's a fully hydraulic dump bed, and if you come around here, you can see just how freaking beefy that sucker is. That piston right there for the hydraulic lift it ain't no joke. It's got a reservoir system here with the compressor, and that's what pumps that fluid up. Its capacity is about 1,600 pounds. So pretty decent. And I think it's what makes this truck. This truck with the dump bed is freaking awesome. With a little bit of weight on the back, or in the back of the bed, it moves real smooth. No weight, it's a little jerky as it moves the fluid out. But just like that. How awesome is that? Other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward from an exterior standpoint. On the upgraded version, we have cut away a pretty good amount of wheel well space to fit these new upgraded tires and rims on it. We love these things. These things are built for ATVs and side-by-sides, and it looks super beefy. And we thought it would be hilarious to take something that was inherently Chinese and Americanize the hell out of it as much as we possibly could. So we live here in Utah. They've got mountains. We'll be seeing other videos of us taking this up into the mountains. It's built for the inner cities of China. We're going to take it to the mountains. All right, guys, welcome back. This is the 2021 PAKYAK from Electric Import Motors. This is the interior, and you guys are gonna love this. This interior is awesome. It's decked out. It's totally different from some of the other cars that we've shown, and I want to show you around some of the best features to it. Obviously, the first thing you notice when you first sit down is a massive color display that's right here in the front. In fact, it comes with an option to do music, movies, Bluetooth, Explore, which is navigation, photos, and you've got a full setting system here. This thing's awesome. In order to be able to work, obviously the music, the movies, you've got to have content in order to be able to load in. And a lot of guys will just load in a microchip SD card here, and that micro SD card will be able to play as long as the file format's in, you know, audio or video, what have you. It'll automatically be loaded, and then you can go through and play it from there. All right, guys, one of the most requested items from customers of ours that have gotten cars from us, they want to connect their phones to a stereo system here in the car. These PAKYAK trucks have this awesome Bluetooth device hooked into the speaker. So all you need to do is be able to come over here to Bluetooth, and it'll automatically sync to your phone. All right, outside of the infotainment center that's here, you've got the standard kind of cluster that's here that you see in some of the other cars. It's in kilometers per hour. You've got battery voltage life here, and you've got kind of an icon for how much juice you've got left on the batteries. Charging is pretty straightforward, and these clusters have been relatively accurate, both in terms of speed and in terms of battery life. Down below here, you've got spotlights for those LED super bright lights up top on the roof rack. You've got heat, and that blower is a lot more powerful than what we've noticed in some of the other smaller Changli cars that we've brought in some of the other videos you might have seen. In fact, it starts to cook, and it defrosts, or has a defrost up here, so it blows up here on the front window. All of the windows, by the way, are auto glass, so they're safety glass. If it breaks or shatters, that's kind of sometimes a requirement for certain states to get these registered in. And each one of these cars has proper auto glass associated to it. One of my favorite things is a engine start stop button. Because it's an electric car, there is no real on and off switch. So what this actually is it locks the front doors when the doors are shut. It's pretty hilarious that it would be a start and stop button, but this is part of the kind of the quirkiness that you get with some of these cars. I think most of all, though, that some of the coolest features up here is you've got full windshield wipers with a motor. We don't have any windshield wiper fluid in there, but the motor to spray the windshield wiper fluid on the windshield and clean it off from anything. You've got running lights, spotlights, brights, and your turn signals up here front. And then, similar to some of the other cars, this one is a lot beefier, and it's pretty massive. These fans act as air conditioning, and you've got your sunroof here that opens it up for ventilation as well, and a really nice dome light. The Changli's, the original Changli's, didn't have a dome light. At night, you're kind of fumbling around for your phone to put on a flashlight. It's super nice to have this kind of built in and right here. These trucks are a lot more put together, well thought out, and not gimmicky. In fact, it actually has roll-up windows, and it works faster and better than some of the more modern cars that I've had with roll-up windows. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You've got an e-brake here in the middle. This is your drive, sport, neutral, and reverse. Throwing in reverse, obviously you've got your backup camera. With a huge display and an improved camera quality, the image quality is phenomenal on it. Even at night, it's not pixelated or anything like that. It's been pretty solid. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward on it. You've got these seats, as far as bucket seats with seat belts. They are on a track, so you can adjust a little bit based upon height. We've got some pretty tall people that have sat in this car, and it actually fits them pretty good. And unlike the original Changli where you're sitting in the middle, and even kind of that newer version of the Changli where you're sitting on the left side, you really do feel like you have a pretty decent amount of room in it. I'm 5'9", 5'10", and this car fits me perfectly. No issues whatsoever. You also have a glove compartment down here below too. We can get these packed with air conditioning as part of the PAKYAK Pro model. So not only would you have heat, it's fully enclosed, you've had AC, it's been over 100 degrees here in Utah for the last little while. AC in the summertime, regardless of really where you're at, it's a nice feature to have. This switch back over here is the switch for the dump bed as well. So it's an easy mount right here on the back. Hold that button down. Guys, I never get tired of that. I freaking love this thing that it's got a dump bed on it, fully functioning dump bed. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I think you guys have a good understanding of kind of the bells and whistles that this PAKYAK truck comes in. If you have any questions, you can add them as comments down below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Go to our website, which is electricimportmotors.com. You can see the features, the specs a little bit more in detail. Pre-order one, pretty straightforward. We are pretty much sold out of this inventory here. We've got containers coming in all the time. Make sure that you've got your pre-order in before the next container goes out. You don't want to wait any longer than you need to. We handle all of the duties, customs, taxes, all of the pain and problems that typically arise from bringing these in from China. We'll do quality assurance checks on them. We'll make sure that it's running properly. And the best part is we give them over to you with as little hassle so you can have as much fun as possible. Thanks so much for watching. Click and subscribe. We want to make sure that this content keeps flowing out to you guys and that you like to see some of the new features that are coming out with it. In order to do that, we need to make sure that you guys are liking what you're seeing. So click that like button, subscribe, make a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. All right, we're going to get a lot of questions on this wheel and tire setup. This wheel and tire setup was not cheap, and it's not something that comes complete standard, and it's not something that comes with the Pro model either. This is a shop customization that we went through, and through some super hard work and a lot of cutting. There's a lot of cutting that happened in order to get these to fit. We got them to fit, and it's awesome. You can mod these out. That's the purpose of it. But you won't be able to order it directly from us with this wheel and tire setup. We'll add it to our website where you can add the wheels and tires, but it's not going to come, pre-installed for you if you order a truck from us directly on this. If not, you love the wheel and tire setup, we'll include that onto our website. It'd be super easy as we figured out which ones are the best fit and with the least amount of cutting. But there's still a good amount of manufacturing that, in fact,